We are back. Welcome back to Time Machine Scale Models. Well, this time we bring you a final on the Moebius 1965 Chevy II gasser. This is one that we did for Mike over at Model Speed Shop. He hosted the Mad Gassers group build. We want to thank Mike for hosting that group build, and it was pretty awesome. I guess I'm one of the last ones to finish their build. There's one other build out there. Casey, get in the throttle, bro. No, but seriously, it was a fun group build, and I was happy to participate, and I think I put forth a really good effort. You know, I'm pretty pleased on how it turned out. I still haven't built the perfect model, but I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. You guys will be familiar with the paint. We used the MCW Plum Crazy Purple. Let me put this light on. We used the MCW Plum Crazy Purple and obviously the 2K Clear. The decals are a combination of Slicks decals, box stock, and random parts box decals. Now the wheels obviously are from the kit, but I wanted to talk about this rear set of tires. These are from the AMT competition parts pack. I switched out the box stock tires for these because I like the white letters on them. So that's what the underside looks like. A little deeper purple with that nail polish that I used, but it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Well, since the hood wants to come off, let's take a look under the hood. You guys have seen it before, but now it's finished. It's all plumbed and wired. Has the fuel lines going, and I did in copper wire from the fuel block here to the injectors. Obviously your throttle rod and everything. My fat fingers are in the way, and I know. And we got the coil. We made a coil mount over here. Ran the coil wire. You can see that. So yeah, the trim is done in bare metal foil. If you were in attendance for my live stream the other night, you would have saw me doing the bare metal foil. Painted those taillights with the Tamiya clear red. Grill. Grill has been black washed, of course. And there's that moon tank. Obviously the moon tank does not come with the kit, but if you can see, I fashioned a bar almost like a push bumper type deal, and it comes up and around on the frame like this, and then I manufactured this flat plate that the moon tank would mount to, and then you have your fuel lines that come from the fuel pump off the engine. So yeah, obviously you have your NHRA sticker right here. So let's talk a little bit about what should you expect when you get into this. Like any model kit, you're gonna have cleanup and stuff like that. This, you know, Moebius are pretty good model kits, but they're not perfect. There's some things that you're gonna have to do. There's some cleanup to do. There's always gonna be seams. As far as flash, they're probably, I don't remember there being any flash, but obviously you got your mold lines and your seams and sink marks and stuff like that. But on this chassis specifically, you'll have to punch out your own holes. You'll have to drill out your own holes for these traction bar mounts. And it's really not a big deal. Pin vise, punch them through. But another issue that I ran into is on the interior. When you do the interior, you're going to have to put notches where the windows are specifically, and right here where this post is, because if not, the interior is not going to have clearance to get the chassis to pop all the way up in. Now that is a problem that I have on this, and I was too far into it, so I had to make the best of it. You don't really notice it much, but in the grand scheme of things, if you really look at it, you can see that the chassis is not all the way up into the body. So I don't want you to make that mistake. So make sure that you fit this and mock it up several times. Now I did mock it up and I did see that, and then when I went to go and put this together, I forgot all about it. So once everything was together, I was like, well, I guess I screwed that up, but it is what it is. It still looks good. Like I said, it's gonna make a really nice shelf queen, and I'm pretty proud of it. The other thing that you got to watch out for is these door handles are really not brittle, they're dainty. Let's just say they're dainty. So when you cut them off the sprue, make sure you cut them as close as possible, because if you're trying to do any more sprue removal, any leftover sprue on them, you're gonna break these. How do I know? Because I broke both of them, okay? And I had to end up gluing them in place and getting them just right so they look like they're one piece, and then I used some canopy glue lightly just to make sure that they don't separate. The other thing that you need to do is when you do your body work, your sanding and everything, open up these holes, and then after paint, clean those holes back out, maybe widen them a little bit, because these did not want to go into the stock holes. So just clean them out a little bit, open them up. And that's really it. I mean, there really wasn't much else. It wasn't a hassle. It wasn't a headache. It was a pretty fun build. I think we cause our own headaches when we try to do too much detail, or you try to take a build in a direction and it doesn't want to go in that direction. But I'm pretty satisfied with the way this turns out. You guys have probably heard me say many times before, the first time I ever saw this kit, the first time I had ever seen it online, I said I got to get that kit. And once I got it in my hands, I was like, that's going to be purple. So from the day that I bought this kit, it was going to be purple, period. And now it is. But let me tell you, I'd like to get my hands on another one of these. I wouldn't build it any different than I built this one. Obviously, I would use a different color. But this kit's not a bad kit. So if you want to do a gasser kit, this is a ready-made gasser for you. So it has all the parts and pieces. You can build yourself a nice little gasser. Alright guys, well, I got some stills at the end of the video. You guys leave your comments, questions, and concerns down below for me. And once again, thanks for watching.